Tommy NC 2010, and I hope you're all doing well here in the Tommy Nation, and here in Black Mountain, and Asheville, and anywhere you're at. And when this show goes off the air, I hope everybody's doing splendid when you come across this. I'm doing splendid. I'm doing well. Just living my life to the fullest. It's Sunday. It's wonderful. Any time of the week you want to tune into Tommy Talks, we go live when I go live, and it feels good. It feels wonderful. Can you feel the vibes? Can you feel the positivity? Oh, I can. It's going right through my veins, and I can feel it. Oh yes, what a rush. Can you feel it? Oh yes. So, here on Tommy Talks, we're going to go right into the news. Recently in the news, Bill Goldberg has retired, and sadly, he did not win that match. It did not go well for him. But he ended off with a great speech thanking for his wonderful career and giving an amazing speech. Sadly, ABC cut off his speech. If you want to check out many of Goldberg's matches, you can go on WWE's website and check out his whole entire awesome career, going all the way back to WCW. And if another interesting thing was Bill Goldberg was found in a strip club by Eric Bischoff. So that's how the two met, actually. They were in a strip club watching women, and they bumped into each other, and that's how the legend started, and Bill Goldberg started for WCW. Other news, Disney World has created a theme for Walt Disney, an animatronic. Remarkably, it looks exactly alike him. It has the speech patterns, the way he moved his hands. It's like bringing Walt Disney back from the grave, and people are adoring this thing. It's like, it talks exactly like him, has his composure, and it's just one of those things that Disney has brought back to Disney World to bring that family vibe that, Disney should have. Which, I tell you this, I'm not a fan of Disney, really, modern day Disney. Sometimes I think Disney gets too political, in my opinion, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm just here to report the news. Other news, there's been a conspiracy recently that the supervolcano in Yellowstone Park is acting up because all the animals are leaving, and there's been all sorts of weird signs. Volcanoes have been acting up all around the world, including Yellowstone. And there's a lot of mixed stories going on here right now, saying that the fact is that, it's AI generated. They're just, they're showing all the ox leaving, and it's just AI generated. This is not happening. But realistically, folks, if this volcano erupts, I don't want to send panic to you, but it could be an end to all of us. Like, the earth will suffocate, because the amount of ash that goes into our air will literally cause a mass year-round winter. And the survivalists will survive, and then the few of the fit, who knows who would survive, honestly. And this thing is, like, deadly, massively deadly. And I want to say that's what would happen. Like, a massive ash cloud would go out, and the center of where the volcano is, a massive pyroclastic flow would come out, which, speaking about that, now on to our other subject, the word of the week. Word of the week. Our word of the week is pyroclastic flow. What is a pyroclastic flow? It is a dense, powerful form of fire and ash. Google that, and that's what it will say. It builds up, and it shoots out of the volcano, vaporizing everything in front of this. Which I want to say, one of the things, one of my personal goals is to contact someone that works for Pierce Brosnan and have him say, instead of "that is a pyroclastic cloud," I want them to get him to say, "that is a pyroclastic flow." Like, pyroclastic flow is a massive force of over 10,000 atomic bombs going off at once. It is beautiful, it is amazing, but it is horrifying at the same time. If you are in front of this thing, believe me, like you won't survive. Like you will be cooked from the inside out. That is the word of the week. It is one of the most deadliest things to exist. The pyroclastic flow. Like you talk about it just kind of in the spare tense of this, but a pyroclastic flow is a very deadly force of nature, and you don't want to be in front of this sucker. Also, if you haven't had a chance and you want to get awesome Tommy gear and look as good as me, check out the Tommy store where you can get all sorts of awesome Tommy gear and all the things you could ever want. Because I want you to look as good as me. If you want to look as good as me, go to the Tommy store, use code Tommy, and get 10% off of every purchase you make. I can tell you that. You know? And so, on to that, I have an interesting fact for you. Actually, I have two interesting facts. One I found on the internet, and two my friend Justin gave me. So the first interesting fact is a Titanic fact. Did you know that the waters, when the Titanic sank that night, were over 32 degrees Fahrenheit? That's where practically water freezes. Water didn't really freeze around there, but when people were in the water, they didn't last too long, and it was a shame. Some people, one of the other things is the chef on board the Titanic, he knew the ship was going down, so he drank himself heavily. So when the ship went down, he wouldn't freeze to death. And he was like one of the only dudes that was practically he was almost half alive when they found him. And they had to bundle him up, but at the same time, he kept himself warm by drinking. So, our other interesting fact is this. If you ever seen a tiger, and you see it's yellow and black, other animals can't see it. They see in green. So, it's literally like a commando in the woods that you can't even see. It's, like commando style, like other animals don't see in color like us, they see in green. So when they're looking over, they don't even see the tiger. It's camouflaged. It's super like camouflage. Animals can't even see those other animals. So it's super camouflaged. Like it's insane. Like if you think about it, like blows your mind. Another news story, a woman was arrested for spraying a man's face with bear mace for running over a bird that she tried to save in the center of the road. And the thing about this is, in my opinion, is that it's a little bit of overreaction for running over a bird, and it's like, just treat people how you want to be treated, and the thing about with this is, I found it, someone shared this story with me, and she was really upset. So she sprayed the man with bear mace because he ran over this bird, and I just like, a little bit of overreaction. I understand that you want to get and yell at somebody because they did something, and I wouldn't call her a hero, but I'm just saying that nature is nature, and it's just natural selection. I mean, when a squirrel runs out in the road and gets hit by a car, it's natural selection. And why I say that's natural selection? Because here's the thing, it's funny, the squirrel will be halfway across the road and it's out of the way and it's like, uh-oh, shiny, and then runs back and boom, 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 boom. Natural selection, honestly. Like, and if a freaking bird goes in the center of the road and a car runs it over, that's just like natural selection. A natural point of life. Like, I can't, like, if you're not that bright to stay out of the road, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Even God's thinking, do you really need to be here right now? Like, I don't have time. I sometimes wonder, out of the stupidest deaths out there, I just wonder if God, like, you're kidding me. And how did you die? There's a TikToker. He plays death, and every single time, like when the person dies, I'm death. How did you die? Very interesting. And I think personally that in his thing, he thinks that death is stupid, he should just pull a button and they just fall into purgatory or something like that. That would be funny right there. I'm death. How did you die? Something like that. I think that's kind of funny. Um, you know, I'm trying to think. I don't know if okay, here's a good one. Food of the week, uh, BLT. Uh, I personally love a lot of bacon on my BLT, and people say that a long time ago. I got a lot of arguments that a BLT is not a sandwich, and I say it is a sandwich. If you put if you put meat and toppings in there, it's a sandwich. And I mean, what about a wrap? Like a wrap is, it's an afternoon snack, basically. I could say this, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, picking everything you could want, but at the same time, a BLT is a sandwich, and I think that the BLT, I think people I think people overlook the BLT because they think it's too much of a mess. I think it's a fine sandwich. I think it's a really good sandwich. What is your favorite sandwich? And if you have a BLT, do you do a custom BLT? I could tell you this. Whenever I go to the store or something like that, and I get my sub made, I do a custom sandwich. Now, if you want to get this sandwich made, I'll tell you how to make it. First, you have ham, salami, and bacon. Then you have lettuce, tomato, black olives, yellow mustard. Try it. I call it the Tommy. Okay, it is delicious. It is head over heels one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. You should try it. Like if you want to go back and you want to listen to what I said there, you can. It is absolutely delicious, a delicious sandwich, and I don't know if I got something. I got a story for you. When I was a kid, um, I was raised Baptist, and I was a fully autistic kid. And shout out to my mom. Love you. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you tuning in. When I was a kid, I was raised Baptist, and I would act up. Well, my father would dress up like a Roman guard, full attire Roman guard. I'm telling you, we couldn't even walk up to the man because he was like in full Roman attire. They would beat on Jesus, and it would it's like Bethlehem, Afghanistan. I can't tell. They look the same. It's just one of those things. And at this time, my father is in full Roman attire, and me, I'm an autistic shit, just goofing off, running around. And I would act up, and the church would just say, "Oh, shoot, Tommy's acting up." And in the midst of this, they come up to my father and say, "Sir, you need to take care of your son. He's acting up." My father, in full Roman attire, would come up to me, grab me by the hand, and say, "Son, if you don't straighten your shit out, Jesus is not the only one that's going to get crucified today." It's just a little joke I've been working on. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, what can I say? What can I say for an inspirational speech? I will say that just be good to other people, even though people don't want to be good to you, and be helpful to people and try to lay a better path, be better than other people, do good for other people, and just try to help the situation out. Don't let things overflow and just get insane. Because the fact is, the moment you lose it, you just become as low as they are. So, do good for other people, do good for yourself, and stay positive, stay healthy. find that feeling that you want to do and just go through with it. And I tell you what, there are some days that I'm not perfect myself, but I just have to stay positive and walk the right path, and just remember, do right by yourself and do right by people, and you will eventually find the track of where you're going. So as for that, that's all I have for you folks. And I think I'm gonna say this: I will not be going live during August. I'm taking that time off, and then I think a little bit after August, I will be back, and maybe I'll be back in September. And every once in a while, stay tuned to my social medias and stuff like that. Tommy NC 2010 on Instagram, Tommy NC 2010 on TikTok, and just anywhere I post. Also on Twitter, X. You could see me uploading videos and doing walking TikToks. And also just remember to check out the Tommy store and uh, get yourself some awesome Tommy gear so you can look as good as me. And I just want to say that I hope you enjoyed this show. And just remember always to stay positive and stay healthy. And thank you to all. I hope you're doing well. I send love to all of you, including my friend Justin and his lovely wife. And hope everybody's doing well. And as always, folks, I'm Tommy NC 2010. This has been the Tommy Talk Show, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And as before I go, this is what I'm working with. Look at this. This is the script I'm looking off of, basically. That right there is the Titanic sinking, 32 degrees, and Walt Disney. Like, this is the script I'm working off of. My doodling, my personal doodling. That's how I do. That's how I break down this show. And of course, personally, I didn't even write down food of the week. Honestly, I just I saw the words BLT in the chat, and I was like, I can read small words. And also, I don't know if you guys have been there, but I am high functioning autistic, so that doesn't define me. But I cannot read the chat. Just want to let you know that, unless I have someone here reading the chat with me. But I just want to say I'm not ignoring you. It's just I can't read the chat. But I just want to state that to you now. But I won't be here, and I will not be doing a Tommy Talks through August. I'm taking that off, and I'm gonna be. My birthday's on the 19th, so I'll be turning 35. And it's funny. That's the same age that Matt Foley was. It's crazy. Like, I've been saying, my name is Matt Foley, and I am 35 years old, and I live in a van down by the river. And it's crazy that I've reached that age of that. There's a lot of characters that are in cinema and film and like TV shows that are that age, and I didn't realize that. And it's kind of a crazy step for me. We get older, but we just don't realize it. And it's one of those things that's just like mind blowing that I'll be 35, and thinking about this, and when you look at your relatives, you don't think of their limitations. And I'll tell you this: I love you, Mom. I always appreciate everything you do for me, down to the fact that you do my laundry, help me do my laundry, that you get me place to place, and like I really appreciate it. Let your relatives know, or your parents, that you love them, that you care about them, and that you're there for them, because they have their own life and they see their own things in their own perspective. And be there for them. Tell them you love them, because one day you won't, because they won't be here, and they eventually one day will pass away. And enjoy them now, because they won't be here forever, folks. And I don't know if any of you have issues with your parents. Try making a change. Try opening a new chapter in your life where you try to work things out with your folks. If I don't know if you have issues with your family, but I'm saying, if you can, let your mother or father know that you care about them, that you love them, and try doing something for them every once in a while. I do what I can when I hang out. I hang out with my mom and we do stuff together. You know, we don't do it every Friday. Whenever Fridays we can, me and my mom will go out and we will go around Asheville and we'll hang out there, get breakfast, and just kind of hang out, talk about stuff, and we walk the Asheville Mall, and we just have a good time. We hang out and enjoy each other's company, and live life to the fullest. And that's all you can do is just live life and enjoy your family while they're still here. And remember always to stay positive and stay healthy. So, folks, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the Tommy NC 2010 channel and the Tommy Talks show. And keep your eyes open for any further content in the future down the road when I upload. And also check out. Also, I don't know if I've enforced this, but check me out on TikTok. If you have TikTok, that's where I'm really active on. I really upload a lot of content on TikToks, and check out my walking TikToks. I'm trying to get a thing going on here, a movement of of people like doing walking TikToks, and it's simple as walking towards the camera, doing a gesture or something funny, and just try it. It's called the walking TikTok, and it's fun. You just set your camera up, you hit the timer, you walk, and you walk to the camera like you don't owe it any money. So, folks, try that out, and I hope you would enjoy it. And I'm trying to get it. One of my biggest, before I go, one of my biggest goals has always been to try to get something named after me, like to have a GIF or a kind of a video idea always named after me. Like, oh yeah, Tommy NC 2010 started the walking TikTok. I mean, people do TikToks, but they don't they just dance. They me, I kind of dance and I walk and I kind of do a certain action. So if you can, try that out. Try doing a walking TikTok. And if you can, tag me in it so I can see your walking TikTok. You can use any song you want, and there's not a specific song that I use for my walking TikToks. I use all sorts of songs. So, whew, I'm worn out right now. So, thank you so much, folks, for tuning in to Tommy Talks, and hope everybody stays positive and stays healthy. As always, folks, I'm Tommy NC 2010, and I'm keeping you on the in. Wait a second. I forgot one. Fired up. Shoot, something that fires me up, that really just... Oh, I'll tell you what fires me up. When people make ridiculous news stories about people and make up false rumors. Recently, people have been putting out on the internet that Hulk Hogan is in a vegetarian state. It means that he's in a coma. He had recently had some back surgeries, and he has a lot of hate. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to Hulk Hogan, and here's the thing, what I'll say about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is an icon. He's a legend. And it fires me up when people make up stupid stories about celebrities or talk about their deaths and they're still alive. And it's like, are you people serious? Get your heads out of your asses and stop putting out garbage. If you're going to report the news, report the news. Fair and balanced. Report it. Yes, I give my opinion sometimes on here when I'm doing Tommy Talks. But if you're going to call someone trash, like, be a reporter. Like, there's this one dude that always goes on there and bashes Hogan all the time and just talks so much trash about Hulk Hogan. And I could say this. Just trying to cool myself down. Okay. One of my goals is to meet Hulk Hogan. To meet the man and shake his hand and get an autograph from him and get a picture with him. That is one of my goals in my life, is to meet Hulk Hogan. And I don't know, I'm going to do my best to try to meet him somehow. Like, I've met so many wrestlers, and Hogan is one of those guys that I want to meet before because he's not getting any younger, folks. Just remember this: there's some wrestlers and actors out there, they're not getting any younger, and some actors are passing away than we think they are. They're getting sick and unhealthy, and they go, and it's like, oh, I wish you could have met him. But okay, now I'm gonna end the show. As always, folks, I'm Tommy NC 2010. Thank you for tuning into the Tommy Talk Show. As always, I'm keeping you on the inside fact. Subscribe, support, stay positive. As always, folks, thank you so much. I tip my hat to you. Have a good rest of your Sunday and a good rest of your week. Hope you enjoyed the show.